Hello, students. At this point, you should have already taken a look at the PowerPoint over binary molecular naming and have somewhat of an idea with the rules of binary molecular naming. This tutorial is to give you some practice, just hearing me work through these one by one. So in reviewing the rules very quickly, when we see two covalently bonded elements, which would be obviously two nonmetals, these are the rules we're going to use. We know the first element, we're going to add a prefix if it has more than one atom. And on the second element, you're going to add a prefix regardless of how many atoms it has, and you're going to add IDE at the end of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one, SF6. We see sulfur, and we see that it only has one atom of sulfur. So in this situation, when it's only one on the first element, you do not include the prefix mono. We see that it has 6 fluorine atoms, and the prefix for 6 is hexa. And the thing you have to remember on these is to add that IDE there at the end. Don't forget to add that IDE. The next one, we have N2O. So in this situation, there are 2 nitrogens. We're going to go ahead and say dinitrogen. Be careful with this first name that you do not change it to IDE. Only the second name gets IDE. And then we've got 1 oxygen, so in this situation we would use monoxide IDE. Another way to think about that is that your elements that tend to take negative charges are who are going to have that IDE ending on them. Next we have 1 phosphorus atom and 5 chlorine atoms. Again, we know that it's binary molecular because it's 2 nonmetals covalently bonded together. So we're going to start by just putting phosphorus. Again, no need to put mono on it because it's the first element listed. And then we have 5 chlorine atoms, so it would be pentachloride. Don't forget that IDE there on the end. The next one, H2O, looks pretty obvious, but we do actually have a binary molecular name for it, which would be dihydrogen. And then we've got monoxide. Again, you have to address that 1 oxygen since it is the second element there, the more electronegative of the two. Then we've got diphosphorus. Again, that first element we do not add IDE to. And then pentoxide. This is an interesting one because when you look at the prefix penta, it has an A, but we're actually going to drop that A since oxide has that O there, and we just take pentoxide on it. And the last one, you've got a singular carbon, so no prefix, and then 1 oxygen would be monoxide there. Guys, please let me know questions you have over these. They're pretty straightforward, but again, there are a set of rules that need to be followed, and these are only applying to 2 nonmetals that are covalently bonded together.